welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals, or semifinals here of the Platinum StarCraft 2 League, June 2025. Again, it's great to be back here. We did miss out, or the Platinum League did miss out on a month hero there, so we have to catch up with the June edition, catch up with the July edition in the lead up to the end of year finals. We're getting there. This morning, in the top right hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Korean Protoss, the Red Protoss. It is Creator, the #1 seed of the tournament. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player for the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our Terran versus Protoss matchup. Here we go. As Creator moves out for a scout, does check his 3rd and 4th base location before moving out. And we're settling in. And again, if you're in the chat, predictions. Best of luck in the chat. Again, Nicoract, he is the only non-Protoss player left in the tournament, so give him your love, give him your support, Pappy, for a non-PvP finals. He needs it. Let's go. Likewise, as I mentioned previously, we have seen Nicoract excel in this matchup in TvP with a much more aggressive style. This is where we have seen Nicoract cause more upsets than not. In general, when it comes to Nicoract's play, I do feel like his weakest matchup is TVZ. I feel like that's where he's struggled the most historically. His TVT is solid, but again, against Protoss, that is where he can excel. That's where he can cause these upsets. That's where he can punch up, if you will. So despite Creator being a more renowned player, I want to believe that Nicoract can take it to him. And the best of 5 is still going to be difficult, but not impossible. Let's go. Let's go. From here, going to be settling in. It is going to be an economic start out of Nicoract, going for a single gas. Single gas ranks expand into a delayed factory. And Creator, he does confirm.
Glory to the Daemon.
Creator, he gets eyes on the CC timing. Behind this opening adept into Sentry, into Hallucination, into a Scout. Creator is going to zone away. Behind this is going to be a Twilight Council opener out of the Protoss. Opening up Twilight Council. Reaper does skirt by. Oh, at least attempts to. Blue Station's moving out, and ideally Creator wants to get an eye on the add-ons, wants to confirm if there's any shenanigans afoot. For now, Reactor Marine into Hellion. No add-ons yet. No tech to work with for the time being. Gonna be Hellion into Widowmine. I wish I had some Blixen in the chat. I was asking about Fusion Esports League. Of course, we are going to be covering the Fusion Esports League after EWC. We're locked in to cover it. We're going to be covering it alongside Wardian, alongside Rotterdam. Also, good morning, Krista, in the chat as well. Aye. Certain Krista emotes have been plaguing the chat as of late, I will say that. Shaking my head. But welcome. Buenos dias. As from here, we do have our Mind Drop setup. Hallucination will poke in. We'll get eyes on the Widowmines. Is aware. Yes, that's what has been plaguing the chat. The licking frog. God damn it. Esther Krista. You're an animal. Aye. As we have our draw player across the map, but behind this, working towards no add-on. Sorry, there is going to be an add-on swap. We do have a tech lab on the starport. No Banshee play, going into the Raven, going into earlier Stim. So Stim is on the way, Raven production as well. Nothing is committed as Banshees. And so far, Creator is keeping up. Aye. Yes, plaguing the chat, huh? As Nicoract, he doesn't commit. I do appreciate that he sees the soldier in position, so he doesn't throw away his Widow Mines. He's just holding onto them, waiting for the opportune moment. Waiting for his upgrades. Stim, combat shields +1. Once the upgrades kick in, then Nicoract he can break out. Until then, he's contained. And there's no rush, right? There's no rush for Nicoract. I should also emphasize just how fast his upgrades are. Typically in this matchup, we would go for a tech lab on the factory. That's set up a little bit earlier for tank production to defend and to shut down this blink harass and blink control of his opponent. But here, there's no tanks whatsoever. Again, just faster stim, faster combat shields. Much, much earlier upgrades. As Nicoract is building up, going for a third CC, not going for a 2-base all-in. He's expanding. Up! Mine just popping up. Getting one probe so far, one stalker. But there is no escape, and the Widow Mines are hunted down. Speaking of, Creator getting caught out, losing a stalker. We'll lose the stalker. Charge almost done. We do have a massive gateway explosion here from Creator. A very gateway heavy style. This has been a lot more standardized of late. Again, going to charge him +1 before Storm or before Colossus, so splash damage is delayed here for Creator. And we'll see if he can get away with it. Double jump into the main. Creator also slipping into the main base as well. Creator, he does react, he does warp in. They're going to be able to trade. At the same time, SCVs are going down. Losing 5 SCVs. Nothing major. Nice choke point here against the Zealots. Gets 1, 2, 3 Zealots. Oh no! Oh, Medevac barely pulls away in time. Whew, and does escape. Does not go down. Does get away. But again, no economic damage. Picked off a couple of Zealots. 9 in total have fallen. Oh, Medevac is hunted down. Losing one, losing both Medevacs. Uh-oh. And now there is no escape. Nice punish, though. Blinks on forward, or Sims on forward. Takes out the Stalkers. Creator rotating over. At the same time, Nicoract, he rallies across the map. And Nicoract, he wants the main army. And Creator, he'll also miss everything. He does have a wave of Zealous, though. Zealous warp in time. Does go for the warp in. The Marines are being cleaned up, and Creator, he holds. Yeah, he holds. He shuts down the army. Who needs Blink Stalkers? You're crazy. Zealous hold the line. Force fields are on point as well. And Creator defends. He does defend. He does deflect. Here, Creator, he expands, claims his own 4th base. Nicoract backing off, claiming his own 3rd. So backing off, we're building up. As Creator now he can work on his main army. Building up his Colossus eventually into, either Storm or a second Robo. Creator, he spots the move out. It's keeping up. Second starport for Nicoract, working towards Mass Viking. Nice smoke in. Force fields, they lock him down. Has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Nice wing control. Cleans up all the mines. At the same time, a prism into the main. No major warp-ins. Keeping Nicoract busy. The game is slowing down. And you can see the stark contrast as well between Creator and Arts, where Creator here, he's getting a much faster 4th base, he has a much stronger economy, he's building up his Colossus count. In this game, Nicoract is nowhere near as comfortable. Nowhere near. Still being active, still trying to be active. 4th CC has begun. Racing a longer game. On Creator, he's ready. Nicoract, he thinks better of it. He backs the hell off. As there are 2 Colossus waiting at the natural. Likewise, a Colossus here at the 4th. Third base a little bit more exposed. Nicoract, he does find some probe damage there. Not bad. 3 workers going down, both players are still building up. So far, there are 8 Vikings. Creator spots the main army, he responds. So far, no Storm, just Colossus. And of course, the Gateway Army. Nicoract, he does them in. He has to respect this, he has to kite back. Does kite back. Trading with the Zealots. The 3 Colossus, they're just going ham. Nice force fields, knocking down Nicoract. Oh, and he will bleed out half his army. And Nicoract has to get the hell out of here. Does pull away. And he bled out a lot of bio. Vikings had escaped, but that was not worth it for Nicoract. He traded against Zealots. And Creator takes the fight. He counterattacks. Again, the force fields are brutal. The Vikings, they never really got to engage the Colossus. The Vikings, they were stuck hiding with the main army. And Creator looking to just overwhelm. To get nice force fields, just ensuring that the army cannot kite back, but not easily. Colossus finally going down. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Okay, let's go. Takes down all 3 Colossi. Yo, we got the second Prism. Let's go. Can keep one with the main army, can send the other into the main. Speaking of, yep, let's go. Does send it off into the main base. Vikings are in position. Prism should be going down. Nicely done. And Nicoract holds. Whew, okay, Nicoract, he does hold on. Resets the Colossus count, shakes out, shuts down the Prism, and expands. Game does continue. Creator has to pull back, and I was curious to see what the splash damage of choice would be, working towards Dark Templar, but also that is a second Robo. So he's not going into Storm, he's going Colossus into Disruptor. So he's sticking with a Robo-heavy composition. As Dark Templar do fan out. So you just slip behind the mineral line. And so far no major damage, but just causing an annoyance, forcing back the army, forcing out scans, 7 SCV kills. Not bad. As Creator just buying time to build up his army again. Oh, and working towards Skytos as a Stargate. This might just initially just be for the Mothership, like Stargate into Fleet Beacon into Mothership. Otherwise, getting ready for potentially a Skytos-based army. Likewise, just scraping around the edge of the map. Does dive in. Creator out of position. And Nicoract, he's trading well. Takes down all the charge lots. And Zealots, they just get thrown away. And there's a rough fight here for Creator. Nicoract takes down the army, dives into the mineral line, basically to be going down, and Creator just completely out of position. And you can see Creator plummet in supply. And now Nicoract, he can fight. Yeah, he can just go for it. Takes down the Colossus. Stims on in. Gets 1, 2. Ooh, Prism goes down. It's a little bit overstim, but he wants that final Colossi, and he will get it. Oh, Unamas does bring it down. That's going to be 49 probe kills. Aye, aye, aye. Again, Creator caught completely with his pants down. The pants were down, but not like this. Very nice pick up. Nicoract pulls away, building up his army once again. And Creator, he has nothing behind this. Remember, there's no Storm, there's no Colossus, purely being Stalker. And Nicoract, he's done it. Wow, he has done it. GG gets called. He overwhelms the army, and Nicoract, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Creator, he was lacking map vision, he was lacking map control, he missed the move out. Again, things were looking very intense, very back and forth. Creator, he was able to buy enough time to build up his Colossus count once again up to 3 Colossus, but he was ready towards the southern portion of his bases. He was not ready here for the dive right in between, in towards the 3rd base, into the 4th base as well, and we saw Creator trickle in. That's the other important factor there, as we were pointing out. He trickled in with a couple of Zealots first, then he trickled in with the Stalkers. The Colossus, they were caught out in the open, open, one closest towards the left, the other on the right, and it all just kind of, yeah, stumbled together. It was very chaotic, very lackluster defense there from Creator, very frazzled, I should say. And Nicoract catches him out. GG. GG, well played. Very unprepared, even, from Creator. And Nicoract takes a lead in the series, and we'll see if he can keep this going. Bearing in mind this is an extended series, bearing in mind this is a best of 5, not a best of 3, so we have more games ahead of us. But Nicoract, he does kick things off with some momentum. And we'll see if we can hold on to it. Here we go. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Torches, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. It is a Creator. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran player himself, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. Leading the series 1-0. Just catching up in the chat. A Platinum League, how do we join? This is a Platinum League in name only. Shout out to the organizers of the event. I say name only. Shout out to the Platinum Heroes and Platinum Esports, as they do organize this tournament. The event is open to, I was going to say all leagues, technically to all leagues, but there is a bit of a restriction. There is a restriction when it comes to illegal acts. So basically, I want to say around like the top 16 players in the world cannot compete, but outside of that, it is fair game. So we still have some very high quality gameplay here, just below the top level. So players like Serral, players like Maru, players like Raynor, players like, I want to say Cure, like they can't compete. I think that Byun is not eligible to compete either. I think Byun barely doesn't make the cutoff, but it is based off of a League of Act rating. You know what this was? Yeah, that's what we're trying to get into. Sorry, just catching up. Meanwhile, big shout out to Juanito, the special in the chat. Gab, amiga. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session or coaching session as well. I do know that Juanito was giving some coaching to Krista, to Dave as well, and to, I'm sure, many others. So big shout out to Juanito. Gracias, papi, gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid, as we are in the semifinals of the Platinum StarCraft League. We're in the semis. Bienvenidos. As now we're settling in, and welcome one all to Torches. Sorry, just catching up with the chat. Did notice some clowns in the chat as well. Watch yourselves. Watch yourselves. As we are settling in, so far we have our 1-1-1 setup here out of Nicoract. Of course, this scout is spotted by Creator. Behind this, going for a Twilight Council in towards Blinkstalkers, as we are settling in and focusing on our game. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. But actually, I say bienvenidos. I don't want to gloss over it. I'll be honest, I can't remember the last time Special streamed on a regular basis. So I hope you had a good stream. I feel like a Special stream is a bit of a rarer sight. So thank you so much. Gracias. And so now Creator does claim his third. Behind this, we have our 1-1-1 getting into Banshee play. No cloak. Bear that in mind. There's no cloak. There's no upgrade. Creator is yet to confirm, coming in with this follow-up hallucination to get a read on Nicoract. We see the Cyclone in position to deny the scouts. Oh, does dip in. And he does see the tech lab, doesn't see researching Thrall. Creator knows this could still be a Raven. Bearing in mind, remember, last game we had a Raven follow-up out of Nicoract. We had Ravens, we had Raven Harass. But here comes the move out. Nicoract, he's pushing, going for a bit of a beyond move out. The boys are being pulled. Remember, no stim. There's no stim with this. The move out gets spotted. Creator, he's aware. And it's up to Creator to engage ahead of time. There we go. Throws down a wall of shield batteries. Shield batteries are on the way. Nicoract, he's sending it. He sends it across the map. Oh. Creator does poke in. So far, Nash repair here in the Cyclone. Does repair. Shield batteries not ready yet. They're still halfway done. And Nicoract, can he break through? Takes down the first shield battery. There's 3 more behind this. Going for the Atosis pylon. Oh no, the pylon goes down. And that was the only pylon. No shot. The pylon goes down. The boys are being pulled. The tank barely does fall. Yeah, the tank goes down, but there's no powering here. There's no robo. There's nothing. And no shit, Nicoract. No shot. He breaks through that defensive line, breaks through into the natural. Barely any stalkers left. Everything stays depowered. And Nicoract, he has a reinforcing tank. He can keep going. Does focus on the pylon. Pylon is focused down. There's only 2 gateways behind this. Stalkers are coming to intercept. Nice catch. Brings down one of the Banshees. But Nicoract, he's doing it. He kills the robo. Behind this again, only 2 gateways, only 2 opens at a time, and that's not going to be enough. Yo, is Nicoract, can he do it? Este Nicoract, man. Yay. Stalkers, they go for the dive, they come in for the surround. Nice pick off. Takes down the tank. Tank does fall. Yeah, the tank goes down. Nicoract stuttering in. Oh, he's bleeding out a lot of Marines. Yeah, nice big control here from Creator. Does control well. And Creator, he will survive. He will survive. He will clean up this army. And as the dust settles, where exactly are we? Creator, he saves the expansions. He's on 3 bases. He's on 3 in XI. He has an okay worker count. He can build 3 workers at a time. But a big loss for him was the tech. He lost the robo. He lost the gateways. Lost the pylons. Did lose a lot of tech. He has to rebuild. And back at home, Nicoract, he has a healthy worker count. We have Stim on the way. 3rd TCs in production. Ideally, Nicoract, he wants to end the game, right? He wants to end the game then and there. He is unable to, but he did deal some crippling damage. Remember, he killed how many? He killed 24 probes. So Nicoract in a solid position. Building up into the mid-game, and Creator, he's licking his wounds. He's licking his wounds, and there's not really much to work with here. There's no Forge, there's no +1. There's no upgrades. Just Charge and Blink. And again, winding it back, some of the strength of this build does come from the map as well. Sure, Rush just to spy ground. Torches, I mean, is known for aggression, and we rarely get to see Torches outside of moments like this, outside of best of 5s, right? That's the great thing about best of 5s. We get to experience maps like Torches, maps like Lost Fantasy. Nicoract, he has Stim. He has Stim, now he has upgrades. Now we can actually fight and trade with the Stalkers. And he's moving out. And you can see Nicoract, he's not giving Creator any room to breathe. He doesn't want him to stabilize. Stims in. Does Stim in. Does catch out the Stalkers. Oh, catching out 2. Two Stalkers go down. We have the slow lots coming in. Yeah, there's no charge. There's no charge. Zealots go down. Tank does siege. Once again, going for another dive. Does blink forward, but it's going to cost Creator all these Stalkers. Yeah, massive loss. GG gets called, and Nicoract, he will extend his lead in the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Does extend his lead here. Again, a hyper-aggressive build this time out of Nicoract. On 2 bases, pulled the boys, went into early Banshee production, early tank production as well. Again, went for a very Beyond move out here. Beyond is very fond of this kind of style as well, moving out without upgrades, with Vanilla Marines. Vanilla Marines, no Stim, no combat shields, no +1, but with the early tank, with the early bio army as well, catching the Protoss player with their pants down. Creator, he saw the move out ahead of time. He saw it as it pushed, I should say. He was trying to get ready. He was throwing down a wall of shield batteries back at his own natural base, but it was too late. Again, short rushes and spy grounds. Little time to react, little time to respond. A late reaction as to what was happening, and the shield batteries, they never came into play as everything got depowered. There was one Artosis pylon, and once it fell, that was almost game then and there. GG. GG, well played. And now we're getting into game 3, bearing in mind this is a best of 5. And I'm hoping for more of a back and forth. I'm hoping for a game 4, a game 5, but the pressure is on. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss down heavily in the series. And can he fight back? Can he make a series out of this? It is a Creator. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have our blue Terran player, the blue Terran himself, representing the Platinum Heroes, leading the series 2-0 and 1 game away from causing a massive upset and advancing on to the grand finals. It is Nicoract. Let's go, Papi, let's go. Here we go. Players are settling in. And we'll see what kind of build Nicoract goes for this time. Again, we've seen something more macro-oriented in Game 1. We saw something more aggressive in Game 2. What do we go for here in Game 3 as well? Come on to Persephone. Persephone is an interesting map in the map pool. Has a shorter rush distance by air. Has a very direct rush distance by ground. There's some other features, of course, like the healing pad. We have the gold bases on the right-hand side. We have the speed zones as well. I feel like this map is more so a map of extremes. We either see some shorter games or some more extended macro games as well, just because it can be quite easy to cut the map in half. Based on these two players, I don't really expect this to go the distance. No shot. Like Nicoract, he's more of a player that does thrive when it comes to timing attacks. And we'll see what kind of setup he does go for as he opens up with a single gas into a faster CC. So racks its command out of Nicoract. Does go for more economic start. And we'll see what the follow-up tech is going to be. Does he open up into Widowmine drop? Does he head into Banshee once again? Into Cloak Banshee even? Game 1, we saw Nicoract skip tanks and rush into early stim, into early bio upgrades if you missed out on it. I do recommend it. Game 1 was a banger. Solid. It's a solid game out of Nicoract. Behind this, we're settling in to have our 1-1-1 setup here in the main, going reactor here on that Rax. Going reactor Marine. We have the initial scouting Hellion as well. And basically what we're waiting for is the tech lab time. We're waiting for the tech lab on the factory, we're waiting for the tech lab on the starport. Waiting to see how this all comes together. As for now, we're preserving a lot of gas. Continuing with Hellion production. Hellion production does continue. Creator opening up Blink. Here comes the initial medevac. The initial drop. As Creator playing it safe. Opens up 3-gate Blink into a Robo. From here, he could take extra gases and stay on 2 bases that much longer. Oh, throwing down another gateway though. Okay. 4-gate Blink Stalker. Not something you see too often. They're going for extra gateways, getting up to 4. A bit of a rarer build nowadays. This was a little more common a year ago, even 2 years ago, but has been phased out. It's a hyper-aggressive build and much more committed. And here comes a Prism. Yeah, we're moving out. We're moving out to hyper-aggression out of Creator, going into Mass Blink Stalker. It's up to Nicoract to confirm what's going on. And if he skips the tanks again, I'm going to be concerned for Nicoract. Medevac does boost in. Stalker's in position, they shouldn't get much done. Likewise, Hellies, they bust into the natural, probes are lighting up, and workers are going down. One more volley, 5 probe kills so far. Gets 5, gets 6, up to 7. And one more volley, barely nods, but 9 probes do fall, not bad. And what did we see? What did we scout? Nicoract, he saw 2 gateways on the right-hand side, he saw 1 gateway here in the main, didn't see the 4th gate. Prism is moving out, and here comes Creator's counterattack with Mass Blink Stalker. Behind this, there's a bunker, but no tanks. Once again, no tank production rushing into Stim. You can see no tech lab on the factory. And this might just be it here. Stalkers a bust in. This is going to be Vanilla Marines to defend. And Creator, he can overwhelm. Yeah, he can just bully the Terran army here. We'll lose one Stalker. Waiting for the reinforcements. Raven gets started down. Ay. And Creator, he can just keep going. Yeah, he can just keep going and just keep pushing. And again, specifically, Nicoract has just been so greedy here. 0 tanks, no bunker in the main. Add-ons are exposed. And this should just be a hard counter. Yeah, this should just be a hard counter here. Denies the add-ons. Denies the upgrades. He can focus down the Marauder. And this is the same build that we saw in Game 1. Same build from Game 1. 11 SCV kills. GG gets called, and Creator, he will overwhelm, he'll fight back, he'll put a point on the board. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Nicoract, he was punished for skipping his tanks, punished for not recognizing what exactly Creator was up to. Again, this is a very specialized or very specific build from Creator, just hyper aggression on 4-gate blink, and it is designed to punish a player that does decide to skip out on tanks. Or I say skip out on tanks, skip out on defense back at home. I want to say you can defend if you do see this ahead of time, if you get a bunker in the main base, if you pre-pull the boys to repair at least. I think it is possible to defend, of course easier with tanks, but GG. GG, well played. With that, Creator does fight back, and we are getting into game number 4. Oh, what were the Veeters? what were the Veeters, Pappy? We had torches earlier, and now we are getting into Lost Fantasy. Oh boy. Lost Fantasy is up next. This is the most vetoed map in the map pool. Heavily vetoed, and we rarely see maps on, or games on Lost Fantasy, but here, we're embracing it. Let's go. We're embracing the chaos. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lost Fantasy, we have the red Protoss flavor, the red Protoss himself, the South Korean Protoss. Fighting back, putting a point on the board, and can he force the ace match? He's one game away from doing so. It is Creator. And spawning in the top side of Lost Fantasy, we have the blue Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. Still one game away from claiming the series and advancing on to the grand finals. Automas, one more is all he needs. It is Nicoract. Let's go. Whew. Hi. And again, great to see just a different reaction, different kind of build out of Creator. Again, designed to punish a player that's cutting corners, that's being a little bit greedy back at home. Creator, he is not taking this lying down. Not at all. But we rarely get to see games on Lost Fantasy, so I'm ready for it. I'm excited. Welcome one and all to a 3-player spawn map, the first one in a very, very long time. You can spawn in right side, left side, and top side as well. So 3 possible spawn locations, and we can see Creator, he will scout left side. So is Nicoract. See the rally also checking bottom left as well. Likewise, we have the mass speed zones in the center. We have a lot of choke points as well. A lot of choke points. We have seen players actually struggle to break a defending player on 3 and 4 bases just because of the narrow ramps, just because of the points of elevation, and the choke points coming into these expansions as well. But in general, this series, our players have been much more assertive and much more aggressive, so I would imagine we're not really going to maybe take advantage of that. We'll see. We shall see. Reaper's moving out. Behind this, I should have mentioned as well, double gas, right? Double gas opener out of Nicoract. Racks into a faster factory, into a delayed CC. So going back into a more aggressive start. As Nicoract will expand. But a much later CC. Creator, he's not fully aware. He saw the add-on on the way. I mean, technically, there could have been a CC on the high ground instead. And now Twilight Count's opener. Seeing the tap, Babby, are you casting all of EWC this year again? Yes, we'll be casting it. Our schedule this week is full of EWC, and we should be able to cover all of it. Should be able to. It's going to be an intense week, man. Intense week. We'll also be casting the Fusion Esports League over the weekend. The big offline event that's happening in Poland, in Krakow. As the Reaper is sniped. Nicely done. Behind us we have Reactor to Reaper Hellion, at least for a moment. Oh, hello. Going for a second and third racks before the starport. Much more aggressive here from Nicoract. Okay, so winding it back here, compared to the previous games where we've been going for faster medevacs and faster drop play, here we're delaying the starport, we're delaying medevac production in favor of Marines, in favor of earlier stim, in favor of a stronger bio army earlier on. And this can lead into a 2-base all-in. Can lead into an all-in. As you can see here, much earlier, I say much earlier, tank production. We didn't even have any tanks last game, but tank production underway, does prioritize it. And with this, he can hit with a triple tank timing. I believe it's 3 tanks with stim, with combat shields. Again, you can pull the boys with this as well. We might just skip the starport entirely. But this is a much more aggressive build here by Nicoract. Much more aggressive, much more committed. And currently, Creator's in the dark. He hasn't seen really much of anything. But here comes that sentry, here comes that hallucination. So Creator, yep, there it is. There's the NG overcharge, there is that hallucination across the map. Now, there is a chance that Nicoract could try and deny the scouts. But back at home, the Marines are at the natural. There's no Cyclone, of course, so yeah, we should be able to see everything. Creator, he dives in, he does confirm the tank production, he does confirm the Raxes, the stim, and he sees no starport. He's now aware of how aggressive Nicoract is. Oh, responds with a Dark Shrine. I do like this. If this is indeed going to be a 2-base all-in, a Dark Shrine is ideal. The reason for this is because scans are limited. Especially when you're going for an all-in like this, you want a mule, right? You want a mule as much as possible because your worker count is going to be a lot lower than normal, so mules are that much more important, which means the chances of you having scans available is that much lower. Limited scans, likewise, of course, no third CC. And Nicoract, oh, supply blocked. Brutal supply block for Nicoract. Now is not the time. I was going to point out that he has no SCVs in production, but that's because he is supply blocked. Likewise, Creator, he is in position outside of the bases. Stim is almost done. And the Dark Shrine is almost complete. He does break out. Creator so far doing a great job here at just sniping key units. Takes down a Marauder. Marauder goes down, Marines go down as well. Yeah, just delaying the push. And picking away at the army, and here come the first wave of Dark Templar. And Nicoract, he has no idea. He has no idea. Complete. Back at home, he may hold on to a scan. It's going to be close. Does he notice? Oh! Dark Templar does walk past. Scans ahead of time. A brutal force field. We spoke about the choke point earlier. Yeah, the force field is brutal. Heavy delay here for Nicoract. Every second counts. Every second in favor of Creator. There's a scan. Leading out a lot of units already. Yeah, there's a shield right behind this. A couple of boys are being pulled. Tank's looking to siege. And once again, Arcturus' pylon. Uh-oh. Does focus on the pylon, but it looks like he will surround. Yeah, he surrounds, he cleans up the army. GG gets called, and Creator will tie things up. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. Again, Creator, he was able to scout the build. He saw it coming ahead of time. He was able to slow it down, engage with those stalkers, picking away at Marines, picking away at Marauders. We spoke about the choke points and the narrow ramps earlier at the start of the broadcast, or at the start of this game, how that can be a factor. We saw that Nicoract was punished for it as well, and the DTs, right? The Dark Shrine is also ideal against that kind of build. So a solid scout, a solid response out of Creator. And now we're going to game 5. Whew, let's go. We're going to game 5, and we'll see how this story ends. As this can go either way. Nicoract, he had a lot of momentum early on, but now Creator, he's locked in. He's locked in. He's looking to make it to the finals. We'll see who can make it through. A spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Maganath that we have the red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, winning 2 games in a row, coming back from the brink and forcing the ace match. It is a Creator. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran himself, representing the Platinum Heroes. He's had momentum stripped away from him. Can he bring it back and bring it home? It is Nicoract. We go. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Once again, double gas opener here out of Nicoract. It's going to be opening up double gas into a faster factory, into a delayed CC, and we'll see if this leads into another similar build or something different. We'll keep an eye on the Terran. It's catching up in the chat. Mr. Duck, we'll be casting every game at EWC. We will not. We're going to be casting every day at the Esports World Cup, but there's going to be a B stream, so there's going to be 2 matches happening at once for certain parts of the broadcast. So we can only cast so much. Most likely, we're just going to be covering whatever's on the mainstream. Whatever's on the mainstream, we'll be covering as well. Will be the plan. So there are going to be some games that are going to be covered by the B stream instead. As it's going to be the main stream and the B stream. In regards to who's on the B stream, I believe that's going to be Fear Dragon, Steadfast, and Muslim. I believe they're going to be covering the B stream, if I'm not mistaken. Everyone else is going to be on the main stream. For now, though, there's that factory. He's going Reactor first as well, after said Reaper. Nicoract does move out. Donate $40 to you. Oh, let's go, let's go. I didn't see any notification, but if that's the case, I do appreciate it. Oh, on right, you're staying on my personal Twitch channel. Oh, thank you. Gracias, baby, gracias. Bienvenidos. Do appreciate it. Yeah, I was really happy with our coverage of EWC last year. I was really satisfied. Really satisfied. Hopefully we can put on a good show this year as well. Hopefully. I still need to catch up on most likely after this broadcast when I wake up tomorrow morning. I'm probably gonna like binge RSL, right? I unfortunately I was not able to catch and not able to watch RSL, the Revival StarCraft League. But I feel like I need to catch up on specifically on Classics matches. Like I feel like I need to like get like a crash course on those like PvT matches to get a better idea of how he's looking and how those games went, for sure. But I do need to catch up. Meanwhile, we have our initial reactor Reaper Hellion diving past the army. Ooh, unable to. Gotta be zoned away. Here zone away. Meanwhile, Stargate opener out of Creator. Sorry, it's a little bit lost in thought here. But Phoenixes are amassing. Does open Stargate, and with this he will pick away at the army. There we go, does lift. Single Hellion makes it through. I mean, at least Nicoract is now aware of what's going on. And back at him instantly, he starts up the Viking, starts up the Cyclone. That's a big loss though. Again, what did Nicoract just lose? 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions for nothing, for scouting. That's all he really got. He was able to scout, able to confirm what's coming his way, but that's an expensive scout here for Nicoract. Back at home, he's turtling up. Bunker is done. Marines are massing. As building up his Vikings and Cyclones, he's forced to react, forced to respond. And again, Stargate openers are a rare sight nowadays. In the current meta, they're a rare sight. But hey, on a larger map like Maganatha, it's a little more viable. True. A little more viable here. For those that are curious, Phoenix openers, they used to be all the craze. They're ideal when it comes to shutting down drop play, like Widowmine drops, Raven-based openers, Banshee openers as well, containing your opponents, taking map control away from the Terran. The downside is that on these smaller maps, all-ins can thrive, right? These all-ins, these early stim timings, these early tank pushes can punish a player that's opening Stargate, for sure. They can punish, but on a larger map, it is safer to open Stargate. Phoenix is ahead to the mineral line. SCV's going to be going down, getting 4 or 5 SCV kills, and you can see Nicoract just move out. He just ignores the Phoenixes moving out across the map. Again, there's that much less on the ground to defend. Here comes a recall. And Nicoract, we'll see if he can break through. The Immortal's still not out. Creator needs a little bit more time. Cyclones, they try to punish, but the Immortal is out. So yeah, the Immortal pops out, Creator holds. Creator, he holds, he defends. Third base is now being taken. And Nicoract, he did force the recall at least, but the Phoenixes is still being active. Moving out. There's no turrets back at home. More SCV kills, getting a mule as well. This is getting a bit out of hand. Oh, we'll lose a Phoenix. We'll lose 2 Phoenixes even. 3, oh my god. Some massive losses there for Creator. Nicoract, he's holding behind this Phoenix into Colossus from our Protoss. Into delayed Twilight Council. So the Colossus are amassing. Creator is setting up defensively back at home. Even getting a Void Ray? Okay. I mean, whatever he can get. Void Ray's on the way. Colossus as well. At this point, Nicoract, he's pretty all in. Like, he's pretty committed. He's lost so many SCVs. I say that, never mind. Does expand on location. He is committed though. And we'll see if he can top the Colossus. One more volley. One of my studs bring it down. Not bad. Takes down the Colossus. Yeah, Vikings, they land, they catch out the army. Creator caught out in the open. And Nicoract, can he keep pushing? He's got to keep going from here. I'm not quite able to, though. Force fields do slow him down. As the tank is exposed, it's going to be targeted down. The Bio army is very low, very battered, very bruised. And Creator holds. Yeah, Creator, he holds on again. There was no sustain for the army, no medevacs, no support. Kill the Colossus, which is nice, but he will lose everything in the process. Escaping with 3 Marines and 2 Vikings. And Creator holds. It was a clutch hold, to be fair. Like, it was very intense. Was clutch. Creator, he holds, it defends. Now he counterattacks, he does focus on the Vikings. And the Colossus has right. The Colossus can reign supreme. There's no support, though. He sims. He dives, and there's no support. Colossus goes down. Massive pickoff. Keep going. And we're getting messy. We're getting very messy here. Again, classic. The initial hold was nice, but he didn't have to counterattack in such a way. Didn't have to move out, so did misjudge. We gotta calm down, Pat. Calm down. As Creator, he will stay back home. He'll stay back home, claim his 4th base. So will Nicoract. Both players licking their wounds. Both players sustained a lot of losses. We're calming down. As we are building up. As the dust settles, Nicoract is taking up in towards Ghost, claiming his 3rd base. Creator claiming his 4th. Currently, the gas count is still quite low for Creator, so he can't afford a 2nd robo. So the splash damage here is still quite limited for the Protoss. There's only a handful of Colossus. There's no Storm, of course. It's not the most mobile army here from Creator, but Blink is now done. Nicoract going for drop play. Boosting into the main. You can go for the economy, you can go for the upgrades even. Stalkers do respond. And Creator should defend. Oh, does 9 plus 2. Not bad. Ooh, plus 2 goes down for a full medevac. Great does pull away. At the same time pushing towards the left hand side. But we do have a reactive warp in. Despite that, 1, 2, 3 Stalkers going down. Just 2. Colossus has arrived. And Nicoract will back up. Oh, meanwhile, more drop play getting caught. Creator is holding on. He's holding on, he's keeping up. And he is moving out. Nicoract, he's let out a lot of units already. He's not quite ready for a head-on fight. Not anymore, where the Vikings, again, have been stuck making medevacs. A couple of Vikings do trickle in. And Creator, here he can win the fight. Here he can overwhelm. Takes on the Vikings, goes to the warp in. Nice juggling here with the Colossus. Third Colossus has arrived. And Creator, he will break through. He had a rough start to the series. He was down 2-0, by the way. But he clawed his way back in. GG gets called. Creator does overwhelm. And Creator, he will take the series 3-2. Advancing on to the Grand Finals. GG. Whew. Hi, GG, well played. A very intense back and forth. And even in this game, we had moments where either player was really overextending, whether it was Creator pushing out a little bit too far with his first Colossus, or even Nicoract as well, bleeding out his drop play. Both players had their moments. I would say a stronger start for Creator, of course, when it came to his Phoenix-based opener, but he was almost punished for it. Almost, but not quite. GG, well played. In the end, he was able to shut down those drops, snowball out of control, and overwhelm the ground army. GG. But a shout out to Nicoract, because he almost took this. Like, he almost took the series. It was very intense. Went all the way to game 5. I don't think many people expect that of Nicoract. We were praising Nicoract's TVP earlier for good reason. Even then, going to the ace match against Creator and almost bringing him down. Impressive play. GG, well played. With that, Creator does advance on to the Grand Finals, and the question becomes, who will face off against him in those finals? Let's go. Let's catch up on that.